Hello, everyone. This is Phil. This episode is about New Year's resolutions. Yeah, I know it's August, but we believe it's always a good time to think about what you may want to keep, toss, or change. And do resolutions really work? Take a listen and let us know.
We want to know, what do you have to say? Oh, what do you have to say? Oh, there's no time to wait. What do you have to say? Together we lift our voices and let them ring. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about life, we got stories to reveal.
Happy New Year, Phil.
Happy New Year, Uriah.
Oh my gosh, this is 2025, and
It
this is
is.
the What Do You Have to Say podcast.
What do you have to say? I
This is
got
the
something to
first one.
say.
This is the,
This is it's the first
it's the
one.
first one. And, well, what do you got to say in this first day of the year?
Well, first of all, I got to say, I'm glad to be doing this with you.
Ah,
And that I know that you have a lot to say. I got a lot to say. And that we're just going to bring it to the people, let them decide, because I know that they have something to say.
what people? What people you
What people? I'm talking about the people that are going to be tuning in,
got?
listening, and just building this community
Yeah,
of people that have something to say. And we have so many voiceless people here, and voiceless. And that may not be the right thing to say, but voiceless people, and we want to give them an opportunity to listen and respond, and just join with us and build this community.
I love that. And
Yeah.
it is the right thing to say, voiceless people. So many people feel like they can't say anything.
Right, right,
And I
right.
know that we haven't really talked about this, but my hope for the future of
Hmm.
this podcast and the community that we're going to build is that we will be able to have other people come in
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
let them say something here in this podcast because it's
Yes.
all about what you have to say. It ain't just
Right,
about what
right,
you and I have to say, but
right,
we do want
right,
to hear from
right.
other people. Yeah,
I can see that expansion happening.
yeah.
Even calling in. I don't know how that's going to look, but I can see that happening, and definitely in the progression of things.
Yeah,
That's on the way. That's
in the
on the way.
progression.
Yeah, yeah. But let's start today.
So today,
What do you have to say about New Year's resolutions?
about New Year's resolution. Well, I I don't really prescribe to that anymore. I can always remember in grade school every year they wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. What is your New Year's resolution? And I think sometimes, especially when you're young, and I'm just thinking back in time now, I don't know what I really want to do. I think some people have I'm sure you've heard, whether it's on radio, TV somewhere, or maybe a friend or yourself, those people that absolutely knew what they wanted to do. Absolutely.
Yes,
I want to
yes.
do this. I want to do this. That's never been me. And so I never knew really what a New Year's resolution was. All I can remember is my mom always wanted me to have a better attitude. Now, she said that at New Year's, at her birthday, Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? I want you to have a better attitude.
For some reason, I can see that happening, especially from her. Yeah, for
Yes.
yes, I can see that happening. A
Yeah.
better attitude. Wow. For me, resolutions. I used to ascribe to them, and when I found out and I dug and I did some research for today, I found out that um, 90 it says 80% of people fail on their New Year's resolutions. 80%. Okay. And the 20% that do kind of follow through with them, 70% of them, of that 20 fail. So it kind of changed my perspective of now I don't set a resolution. I have some goals and some systems and some
Yeah.
structures that I want to, some things that I want to maintain and develop, and some things that I want to toss, keep, and some things I want to develop. So this year, I don't have really a resolution. I want to maintain what I have physically, mentally, emotionally, professionally, financially, and there's some things that I want to see grow and mature. But as far as this is what I'm going to do, this is how it's going to
Yeah.
look like, because I think people um, we have it's a lot of pressure at the beginning of the year
A
to
lot.
change. It's,
Mhm.
you have to change. Society, or social media is telling this is the way you do this, and this is the way you get this, and it's the beginning of the year. And why haven't you quit smoking yet? Why are you still kind of large? Or what's I'm in the gym, or why? And that's pressure. And
Mhm.
that's why read that in 2 weeks, people are going to be through with their resolutions,
Be done.
because, you know, um, they did not approach it as a lifestyle change or a growth mindset change or a way that something that is sustainable, because number one, their goals may be too vague, or their resolutions be too vague, and they're not able to really follow through on all of it. But anyway,
Well, I wonder if
I'm getting ahead.
also, I wonder if there is some pressure because you mentioned about Jim and maybe some other things in our social media. It's telling you it's the beginning of the year, and this is the biggest time for all gyms. I remembered a year ago. I had I was working with my personal trainer, and in the gym it was quite busy. And we
Hmm.
had this conversation about, oh, yes, the beginning of the year. And I remember checking in several months later, maybe even mid-year, and I just remember saying to him, "Oh wow, it's quiet in here." And he goes, "Oh yeah, people are falling off their plan." And there is something, and I remember reading about it at the gyms. This is the time where they sign up the most people, but most people only go that sign up in January only go in that month, and they fall off after. So they make a lot of money signing up.
Oh,
A whole,
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Have you noticed that, just to piggyback on what you said, that even in my personal experience at the YMCA, it is you can't get a machine, or you can't get weights. It depends on what time you go, because it is so everybody is in there trying to do that New Year's resolution thing, but by February and March, it's you can pick your spot. And I I while we were talking about that, the things I really wrote down was resolutions that work, because I want to be able to give solutions to, counter to why they don't work. Resolutions don't work, but
Right.
resolutions that do, because and to identify that most of the resolutions, they deal with self improvement, personal finances, mental health, exercise more, improve, to lose weight, and all of this. And maybe
Well, before you
go
go
ahead.
into the
Go.
ones that do work,
Yeah.
some of the reasons why I'm imagining why is a lot of the resolutions are these sweeping changes that people are trying to make. And I mean, they're big changes.
Big,
That
big,
I'm going to be in
big.
the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to lose this much weight.
Right.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to be cleaning. All these things are grand, right? And they're really good things to think about to do, but
Hmm. Hmm.
we
Hmm.
don't think about the process of change. And first,
Oh,
we don't think about that process of change, right?
no.
And change is uncomfortable. And
Oh,
most people do not want to be uncomfortable. So when you say, I'm going to do all of this, and now it's time to do all of this, especially when it comes to things like changing your behavior when it comes to eating or some kind of physical kind of thing,
hmm.
it's uncomfortable. Just going to the gym, especially for people who might be overweight. You got to be in this place where the perception
Uh,
is everybody is fit when we know that's not the truth, but you got to
right.
be uncomfortable. And so, in order to see lasting change, you're going to have to be in a state of discomfort for sometimes a really long period of time. And just like you were saying, maybe not setting the really big goals and but things that are achievable.
Correct, because it takes work. It takes commitment. And like you say, in this society that we live in, everything is instantaneous. I mean, we are in a results driven society, and people don't really take into perspective that this takes work, and this does not happen overnight, and it is here. It's in a mindset, and it is here, and just how committed are we? How committed are you? And one reason, I think that that some solution or resolutions are don't really pan out. Your motivation for it fades because you're looking for results like bam, 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 and it takes longer than 2 weeks for you to get your Instagram model size. It
Even if that is, I mean, that's another show. Model size, that's some bullshit right there, right?
Ooh,
Whatever.
I love it. I love it. Models. Yes, yes.
They done trick people into believing you got
They
to do
have,
the thing.
but it takes work, and building those systems in place, building those routines in place, and most definitely knowing why you're doing it. If you do not know the why do you want to get fit? Why do you want to read more every day? Why do you want to increase your finances? What's your why? Why you want it? Your purpose and your meaning. If those things are not identified, it's just like you're just
I love that you say, why are you doing it? Because
yes.
I think that's important. In that, why are you doing it? A lot of times people will say a statement like this. You probably heard it. You've probably said it. I know that I've said it. Well, I should go to the gym. I should be cleaning more often. I should be visiting blah, 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 blah. My friend, whenever you hear the should word in a statement that you
Hmm.
make to yourself or to someone else or someone makes, that's
Hmm.
a statement of judging. And
Mm.
so we're saying,
Mm.
oh, I should be doing that. And if you don't do it, then you might have some guilt and or more likely some shame when you don't follow through.
Right, right. Well, then the accountability word comes to my brain when
Mhm.
you're talking about follow through. I mean, if we don't have anybody that we're accountable to, it's like, "Tuh." And if we're not accountable to ourselves,
Yep.
then that it goes by the wayside. But um, finding out what your why is. Why do you want to? And what's the end goal of it?
Well, when you say why are you doing it, that makes me think oftentimes, I think we talked about it just a little bit a second ago. Sometimes we're doing it for other people. When we're talking about like some changes, and weight seems to be the one that comes up a lot. We're doing it because mama or daddy or partner said, "Oh, you've gained a lot of weight," right? Right? Or you're judging yourself based
Uh-huh.
on an ideal that you see and a wish that you have for yourself. You're not doing it for yourself. And if you don't do it for you, that's going to be really hard for you to stick with it.
It is. It definitely is. And while you say that, there are like two types of goals. Um, Be goals and do goals. And when we fail to identify which one we set ourselves up for failure. Is it be goals? Who do you want to be? And do goals, what do you want to achieve? So those two types of resolutions, and I may be just a little bit ahead of myself on who do you want to be, and what do you want to do, as far as identifying your why you are doing these, or why you want to be this person. Um, Underestimating the difficulty of finding that is one reason a lot of people quit in January. I read some information research that said by the second week of January, Friday,
That's it.
it's like no, and we just want to find a way to be a voice to help you have that stick to itiveness, finding your why, and just creating that better life that you want for yourself. It's possible. It's
Well, you said
definitely possible.
something earlier about, I don't know if you said motivation or something, but I was just thinking, have you heard of dry January?
No, no.
Well, it's the month. I believe it's January, where at the beginning of the year, it's a part of the resolution, and it's just in January not to drink. So people who just maybe partied a lot, or maybe they'll go January is the beginning of the year, dry January, and see that's an example. People have a difficult time with dry January because they're doing it because it's the thing.
It is the thing for what do
Thing
you
to
say?
do.
Doing it for people. You said doing it for someone else. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
I hear the most like, oh yeah, me and my friends. I mean, it's on Instagram and stuff. We're getting together and we're all gonna do dry January, and then they go like, oh, my friend fell off, and yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna drink.
Right, right, right.
You're not doing it because you don't really want to drink or you want to change a behavior. It's sort of a group kind of thinking. It's a sort of popular kind of thing to do. People can post on Instagram. It's dry January and all that stuff.
I mean,
So
but it doesn't it just circle back to, your personal, why are you doing it personally? It all stems to that. And, what is our topic? It says, what do you have to say about resolutions? And what I have to say about resolutions is they are your individual choice. Unless you identify them individually for you, what it says, unless you are able to um, identify what works for you, not what works for you, but what area you want to change, or what area you want to, you want to focus on for you, not for your friends, but it is for
you,
you, and it's personal. If you want to lift your personal effectiveness, or your personal, it has to come from here. It can't be external. See, all of that Instagram, and it's dry November and she's not drinking, so I'm not drinking. That's external to me.
it is
That is
external.
that's not an internal desire or push or motivation for you to do that. And
But when you were talking about the when we were just talking, I was thinking about resolutions and really what they are, or at least in my opinion, what they are. I think, this is my thought. I think resolutions for most people are wishes, and they're not what they really are, which they are goals. They really should be goals. People have a wish to go to the gym every every week all day and to lose this weight, to look this way, to start walking, to I'm going to build a house, I'm going to do all of this stuff. These are wishes that you have, but actually resolutions are goals. And goals are, when you're trying to meet specific goals, I mean, I guess you can have different steps and they can be defined differently. But goals definitely are specific. There's something that you can measure, right? You
Yes.
want to be able to keep track of them. They also have to be something that you feel is achievable and not unrealistic, because a lot of times the resolutions are unrealistic. They also need to be relevant to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you were talking
Exactly.
about, not internal, not external, right?
Right. Right.
And they also need to have some aspect of time. They need to be time related. There has to be a time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm going to go from January to March, not just this unknown amount of time.
Right. In time. And I want to see these measurable results by October. I mean, not October, by March or
Mhm.
by spring, because I want to, for spring break, this is how I want it to happen. And
Absolutely.
you're right. They do have to be measurable, achievable, and there's another word that you said I can't remember, but
Relevant.
relevant. They're
Uh-huh.
relevant for you, and attainable, achievable, and we don't take take into consideration what this takes work.
It takes work.
It takes work.
That those different parts of those goals are from a pretty widely known thing called SMART goals. So
Exact.
anytime
Exactly.
anybody has a SMART goal, this is what
Exactly.
you plug in.
Right. Right.
These things can help
Or
you.
yeah, specific, measurable,
Uh-huh.
actionable. Yes,
Uh-huh.
achievable. Yes, yes, relevant. And T is
Time related.
time. Time. Yes, yes, yes. You're
Mhm.
exactly right. And we don't.
Nobody ain't got time for all of that
No, because we want it.
right
We
now.
want to. We have to have it right now. I did like 2 days worth of sit-ups. Where my six pack? I did, some push-ups and some pull-ups for 3 days. What's up? You know?
You made me laugh right there because you made me remember there's I was watching a YouTube short or something like that, and they were showing it was this plastic surgeon, and he was talking about plastic surgery gone wrong or plastic surgeons that probably shouldn't have done the procedure on the patient. And God bless his soul, there was this guy. He was he was definitely overweight.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the plastic surgeon put fake abs on him. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, you got to see it. I mean,
oh man.
she shouldn't have done that. She got paid. She got paid to put those silicone things underneath his skin over his big belly. She made some money. See, this is when we talk about these resolutions and the goals, and people don't have time for that. That's a good example of that. And some people will just look at, I've got abs. But
Um,
you also have fat to lose, brother. Come on now. I think we fool ourselves sometimes.
we do. We do. We do. Yeah.
We do.
We don't want to put in the work that it takes. And I was going to say, for those of us that are those people that have made that resolution to lose the weight, where does it really start? It begins with your grocery cart.
Oh, hold on.
What?
It goes, so for some people, it goes a little bit further than that.
It goes a little bit further.
Because trust me, if it was just in the grocery cart, a whole lot of people would probably, or more people would look.
More people. I think.
More
I
people.
mean, you just give them a starting
You need
point.
a starting point.
You
Yeah.
know, if you do not buy, and this is just personally, I stopped buying chips and Funyuns and Cheetos
I bought some
and
Cheetos, crunchy Cheetos
oh
yesterday.
my gosh, I stopped buying them. They're not in my house, and if I want cookies, I don't buy. I make cookies,
You're not.
so
You're not.
I
Oh, you bake them. Okay, you bake
I
cookies.
bake them. I bake them. So everything, even like yesterday, I wanted potato chips. So, but you know what I had? I had a potato. So I skinned my potato and made potato chips, and they're the best. Instead of me buying that, processed food,
Yeah.
it starts there. At least for me. And if I don't have something sweet, I'll get an apple and put some peanut butter on it, just to get that out of that. But that took me a while.
Because I can't do that.
Oh,
You will cook.
I will
That's
cook.
the last thing that I would like to do.
Okay, all
The
right.
last thing.
Uh, yeah,
So I
I
wish
don't.
that I could make my own potato chips and feel like that's fun to do.
Oh, it is because it's yours, and I mean, and they're potatoes, and the only thing that it is a potato and a little sprinkle of salt,
I
and
know.
I.
I'll
But
watch you do it, and I'll watch them do it on TV, but I don't want to do it.
but it's for those that there's a way if you want to stick to your resolution.
There is one.
But you know what? It doesn't happen overnight. It's not instantaneous. It's you grow to that, and you just grow to that.
Well,
So
I also wanted to talk a little bit because when you said it's for those people, and we're talking about weight a lot, and that
yes,
I don't mean to do that necessarily, but
right.
that it
Because
it starts in the grocery cart, and I sort of made light about it goes further than that. But for a lot of people, when they want to do these resolutions and they haven't really looked deeper about maybe where some of the origins come from,
oh
then they might be set up for failure because it's not going to be that easy for some people. Because for some people, their all their family has sort of been big. This is sort of genetically how I am. Then there also could have been relationship that you're in now, maybe the way that a relationship you were in the past, or maybe how you grew up. You know, one of my favorite shows, I love Mama June and oh darn it,
Honey Boo Boo, Honey
I,
Bobo,
I
Honey.
didn't watch that show, but as
I
they got
did.
older, I like watching it. And but Mama June, how she makes food for them kids, no wonder they're big. But knowing her story, Mama June had some problems, and her mama had some problems, and food and alcohol, sex, drugs, gambling, sex, all those things are pacifiers. They're things that help
Oh
us.
gosh. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Self
medication,
medicate. Yes,
and that's the reason why
yes.
you go through bags of chip. You got to go eat the whole thing. And
Oh
then
gosh.
cupcakes. You're gonna go
Oh,
from sex partner to sex partner.
oh
You're going to go gamble all night long
right.
because the win is what you're looking for.
Yes. Chasing thing. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And like you say, and I want you to continue on that thread because we do not consider the cost of before when we were making resolutions or setting goals for ourselves that the backstory and will they have support in that area because some people want you to stay the same, and if you try to step out that thing, and it's like, ooh, what you trying to get fined for? And I have heard it. People said that to myself. It's like, why you at the gym? Why, why? Because
I want to be at the gym.
I this is what I do. Number one, this 58 right here. And some people can't say that. It's
Yeah.
like I'm moving my body because I'm moving. But like you say, there are structures and systems in place that they may not have considered that are detrimental or not conducive to them wanting to make those resolutions work.
Oh
And
my
that
God.
is, that's unfortunate that, but it is true. And maybe hopefully they will find in themselves
Well,
or
I hope
find
so too.
to make those lasting decisions for themselves
Realistic
and
change.
realistic, and I
Well,
read. Go ahead.
well, as we're coming up on time here,
Okay.
I want
Yes.
us to, you know, we haven't yet done our SMART goal, yeah, for this podcast, because
Uh huh.
right, we want it to
Right.
be sustainable. We want all these kind of things. So I'm
Right.
sure we've talked about this before. We won't want to set a SMART goal, but as we're moving forward, and any of those people who happen to tune in and happen to find us, we hope that you might think differently about resolutions versus goals, and um,
Right.
do I have a wish for a change, and what am I doing to actually try to change? You said, do I have support to change?
Right.
Do I need
Right.
support to change?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things. Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I guess
Exactly.
to answer your
Exactly.
question, what do I have to say about resolutions? I don't really like resolutions much, but I do like goals.
Okay. Same. And what do I have to say about New Year's resolutions? I would say that make sure that if you are setting them, that they are specific, that they are for you,
Yeah.
and it is a personal. It's an inside job. It's in here. It's something external, and that you celebrate even the small wins. And if you are having some difficulty, seek out, find your community that is on the same path as you are, because everybody's not going to like it, but
In community, I
it's
like
just
that. But
you
some
know
for some people that are going to see this, they don't have a community. Find a
I
person
find a
in that.
person, but
Yeah.
in that person, exactly, find that
Yeah.
person. But yeah, you can do it, you really can. And this has been really great. uh, just try to integrate just a little bit of what we have said today, and
Um,
hopefully you'll
well,
be successful.
we'll we'll move on, and
Right.
and oh, I just sort of lost. I think I lost all my mind right there. No,
That's
I guess what I'm
okay.
saying, we'll move on. This is I was thinking about a lot of things at the same time. This is our
Yes.
first episode. We're done with this. This is an
Right.
end. At some point in time, we'll get to look back
Right.
at this and go like, "Oh wow!"
Wow. Right. Exactly. But this is
But throw
fun.
this
This is
in
fun.
the can.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you. I learned a
Thank you.
lot. All righty. Thanks.
And I'll see you when I see you.
I'll see you when I see you.
What do you have to say? There's no time.
That's like go time right now.
What happened?